Hello and welcome to the video for the fifth prototype, which I have called Double Time. It is an actual action shooter which you cooperate with another player to complete the stages with. So you can play the game using a controller or one keyboard and mouse. So how do you do that? Let's get right into the project and see. So first off the bat, you see that in the top left corner you've got the little widget which displays information about each section. This is done through the description pads. As you can see, you've got the different squares with lines around them, and this symbolizes that it's a description pad, and each description pad basically displays information about each area. So the first one tells you right off the bat that you need to play with the full screen on. It's mostly because of how the widgets are set up. The anchoring point, sometimes the widgets just go into weird places. If I press F11, you can see that the gold image overlays with the text, and just a little problem that I have with the widget sometimes. But yeah, you can also see the actual HUD of the game. So in the top, in the bottom left, you've got the first player widget with the health and the ammo and which weapon he's using, and the right one you've got also the weapon he's using and the health and the ammunition, and in the bottom middle you've got the amount of gold you have. So yeah, if I exit the square and go to another area, so this area section is the weapons and ammo. So if I go into the description pad, it tells me that's an ammo section. If I overlap with the ammo, you'll just get ammo. So because I'm player 1 right now, it displays the ammo in the bottom left. So if you can see, you see that the ammo is gradually adding to my character. The red one is the weapon section, so basically just tells you how to fire your weapon. So yeah. Next area is the treasures / gold. So in here you can see that you can collect some gold in the treasures you have found here. If I go into number 1, it will display the widget, which basically tells you the statistics of the level. So the controller, player deaths, score, treasures and enemies. And the second one is the player unit, so the player movement speed, rifle damage and shotgun damage. If I collect the treasure, as you can see in the top left, the score has changed and the amount of treasures found has been changed as well. If I go around to the breakables, it just simply tells you to break open the cases. So if I shoot them, one of them should spawn the piece of gold. I'm sorry, but sometimes I just really do not have any luck with this. Oh yeah, as you can see, the gold has been spawned there. So if we proceed into another area, we can go into the shop. I think shop by far is the best area in here, because the player basically can see his progress. So the description pad will tell you that the widget will be spawned, and then you can just basically hover over the item, see the description, and do whatever else. So yeah, here is the shop widget. Just a basic widget which displays the title of the upgrade and the amount of coins it takes to upgrade stuff. So if I hover over the shotgun upgrade, says increase the numbers of pellets fired, and then displays each upgrade description. So yeah, if I press on it, as you can see, it has upgraded it to orange, so now I should fire 5 pellets. If I exit and I fire, as you can see, 5 pellets have been spawned, so the upgrade is now working. So next section that I'd like to visit is the checkpoints and death section. So yeah, this is a checkpoint and death area. In order to get a checkpoint, you go into the overlap box of the drum, and after that, you can just die or receive damage or even win the stage. So if I go into the checkpoint here, right, and if I die, as you can see, me and my companion has respawned next to the drum. If I receive damage, and then I checkpoint again, and then I die. I still respawn with the same amount of health. Right, so when I hit the checkpoint, my health was 80, then I received damage, it went back to 60. I died, and went back to 80 again, because that's basically the state. Also, you know, if you die several times, your health will be made back to 100. So, you can also win the game. So if I go into here, as you can see, the widget is displayed, shows in what time you have completed the stage, what score you gained, how many deaths there were. The death counter doesn't work yet. I need to fix that. Enemies killed, treasures found, and gold collected. So yeah, when you press next stage, it basically just quits the game for now because there's no other stage. But yeah, I think two last things in here to showcase is the basic enemies. So as you can see, this is the basic enemy section, where you can just basically go around and you know, just test some damage on the enemies. So if I turn around to this guy and I shoot him, in the top left corner you can see that he's receiving damage, and how much damage he's received. This guy is the one AI which I have created. He's fully working now. You can damage him. If you shoot him, he'll die, and he will add score to your score pool. They display their name, their health, and how much score you'll gain after you kill them, and that's just for the debug. And their real scenario will just display how much health they have in some way or another. But yeah, the last thing I could showcase is the save system. So in here you can see that none of the upgrades have been bought. If you press number 9 key, what will happen is it will save it, save your progress. If you press 0, it will load it up. So if I press 0 now, as you can see, the gold amount has been changed because it has loaded the previous save file. If I go into shop, my shotgun upgrade is working now. So if I fire the bullets, as you can see, there are 5 pellets coming out of the shotgun right now. So yeah, I think this is everything about this project, to be honest with you. Now I can go into this section, what has been done right and what has been done wrong. So obviously, for me personally, this is the best project I have made so far, because it consists the biggest amount of debug and the biggest amount of information for developers. Because let's face it has the for example, the to-do section, so what needs to be done. It has the separation into each area of the game. It has the description pads which provide the description of each area. It has, you know, the different integers floating around, stuff that needs the integers, so like the ammo displays how much ammo there is. You can change it on the go. As well, you can disable the text above it. And treasures, you can change the score and how much gold you'll gain. So yeah, it's all nice and working for the debug staff to change anything that they need. Also works on a basis of a database, so if you want to change the enemies, all you need to do is go into the data and just change it there. You can change their speed and their health. If you want to change their weapons, it will also be in the data section, so you can change the damage, the fire rate, the reload time, you know, the ammo, if it's automatic or not. So you can change it all on the go without any hard blueprint stuff or any coding. You just change some variables and do that. What has went bad about it? I think it's just that, you know, actually I can just mention one thing as well to the good stuff, is that I have hit every single target on this project, and I have even done most of the things that I have underscoped. So if I completed the main things, then I could go into the underscope things and complete it from there. So yeah, I have not overscoped. I have actually exceeded my expectations to this project, so I'm pretty proud of it. The bad things in here is that I have not hit some of the underscope targets, which were like, create the playable level. That's the only thing which I have probably not done. And the other 3 things on here, which are just small things that you could have just done, but I just didn't have time to do it. The other thing which would be bad would be possibly that I have not created another 2 enemies to showcase variety of AI used in this project. But it's a prototype anyway, just to display that the base core of the game. And I think that's everything for the self-reflection. We can go into the feedback section now. So this is the feedback. Basically, I've had 3 pieces of feedback, the main pieces of feedback from other people, which I have tried to integrate into the project. So the first one was to improve the debug map. Basically, the debug map should be more user-friendly and more customizable. So what I changed was basically it has all of the assets which I have created. They are all split into different sections. Each section now has a description page that described particular features of the section. Walls were also added to that the player wouldn't fall off the map, because previously these walls were not there. So as you can see, it would basically be like this. The player would fall through the gap. So it wouldn't be really nice just to restart the game because of one hole. The improved gameplay? No, it didn't, because it's just for debug. However, description pads can be used within the real game. And we also can argue that, because you have that in the debug, it will improve the gameplay because you can change some variables on the go. The second was improve the shop. What was happening is basically when you enter the shop, it didn't have that little description thing that's just popping in and out now. It didn't have that. It also didn't have the image for the gold, so I added it in to basically show that it costs 10 gold to buy it. That's basically what I did for the shop. So it's more user friendly, it's more readable, it's just easier to look at. So text below images describes what upgrade it is, and the price is also displayed below that. Image now also change background color depending on the upgrade stage. Global time is also now set to 0 to avoid other players activating other widgets or running off, glitching the camera. What was happening is basically if you enter the shop, probably won't see it now, so if I move here, as you can see, none of the players can move. I'm pressing every button and you can't move. Before that you could move and just glitch the camera or activate another widget overlapping the shop widget. So yeah, that works now. It has been a massive improvement to the gameplay. It's more intuitive, faster to use, and there's a less chance of the mechanic breaking. I also improved the mobility of the characters. Previously what was happening, it was using the forward vector of the world, so it was basically running like this in 4 directions. Even when it was turned, it would if it was turned like this and you press the forward key, it would move that direction. But now if you press the forward key while being turned, you can basically do that. You can just run around now. But yeah, so I've improved that to make sure that the player is not weirded out by the controls. I think it's a lot more intuitive now. So what has been changed? Input was changed so that the characters would move forward on the forward vector instead of a world forward vector. This gave the characters better controls and removed disorientation from the player. Character movement speed has also been changed so that it would move faster around. The improved gameplay, yes, the player is now less disorientated due to the movement, and camera is now adapted to the movement, causing the player to see everything necessary. Yeah, so the camera is adapting as well. As you can see, if I move closer to him, the camera gets closer. If I move further, it moves further away. Yeah. So I think this is everything for the project. I've done the self-reflection. I've described every single portion of the prototype, and I've also done the feedback I gained from other people, and how it has helped me to kind of do the prototype. I hope you enjoyed the video, and I hope you found it informative. So I'll see you in the next video.